Now, to start off by making a little animal jar out of Play-Doh, you're going to need some Play-Doh. Now, I've got 2 things of Play-Doh here together, and because I need a little bit extra. Now, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to pull off a little piece of this. I want to keep one of these, I'm going to pull off a little bit extra. So I'm going to use one of these pieces to make the base of my jar, and I'm going to use the other piece to make the top. And I'm going to leave a little bit off to the side for some details. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this big piece, I'm going to roll it into a ball. Now, sometimes Play-Doh doesn't always roll the best, so you just got to kind of work it a little bit. Now, after you have that, I'm going to put it on the table, and I'm going to push my thumb into it as far as I can go, but I don't want to go through the bottom. Now, I'm just going to take this, and I'm just going to pinch this all the way around. I'm making a little pinch pot. So I'm just going to pinch this all the way around. And I'm just going all the way up to the top. I want to get this as tall as I can, which isn't going to be very tall because we are using Play-Doh, but we're just going to make a little tiny jar. So I'm just going to kind of pinch this a little bit taller. I might roll it out a little bit too on the table. And sometimes I like to kind of tap the top and the bottom just to get it a little bit smoother and a little flatter. Now that I have that, I want to make the lid. Now, to make the lid, I'm just going to take some of this Play-Doh and I'm going to roll it into a ball as well. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make that little pinch pot, but this time I'm just going to make more of like a little bowl shape. So this can be the top of our jar. So I'm just going to make a little bowl shape right here. So I'm just going to kind of pinch this out. And I want it to be the same size as this so it can fit on my jar. So that'll work pretty good. This is about the same size. I could pinch it just a little bit more to make it a little bigger, but that should work. Now I want to turn this into a little animal, and I'm just going to make this into like a little cat or a little tiger. We'll go with a tiger. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to make some ears. So I'm going to take a little bit of this Play-Doh. I'm going to tear off 2 pieces. I'm going to roll each one of them into a ball. So I'm going to try to get each one so they can be about the same size. Then I'm just going to push down hard so I get a little indentation. I'm going to take these and I'm just going to mush these right into the top here so I can make some ears. So I'm just going to kind of mush this Play-Doh together. Play-Doh isn't quite as easy to work with as clay, but not all of us have clay sitting around, so we're going to use Play-Doh instead. So here are my little ears. Now I want to make a little nose. So I'm just going to take some of this Play-Doh and I'm going to roll it into a ball. And I'm going to take it and I'm just going to push it right onto here. And I'm going to mush all this Play-Doh together so that it sticks really good. So I'm just going to mush this together. You got to kind of dig into the Play-Doh just so it can really stick together. And we're just going to stick all this on here. Might have to kind of press it down and mush it in there a little bit. And then now I have a little shape to kind of start off with my tiger. I'm going to push this down a little bit just to get it a little flatter. Now I want to add some details on here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a nose. So I'm going to take a little bit of some of this black Play-Doh and I'm going to just kind of shape it into a little triangle shape. So I'm just going to kind of pinch around and make a little triangle. And I'm going to stick this on for the nose of my tiger. Now I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to kind of pinch in here a little bit right where I want my eyes to go. Then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to get a little bit of this yellow Play-Doh, or I might go with some green, or you can just go with plain white. I'm just going to use some yellow. I'm going to get 2 pieces and kind of roll them out into a little ball. I'm going to make these just a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to take these, I'm going to put these on here and just kind of press them in so they can stick onto my tiger's face. Now, after I have that, I'm going to take 2 little pieces of black Play-Doh, and I'm just going to roll them into a ball, each one. And then I'm just going to take these, and I want to just stick them right onto the middle of the eyes, so I have some pupils on there. Now I want to add some stripes onto my tiger. So I'm going to take a little bit of black Play-Doh, and I'm going to tear off some little pieces here. And I'm going to roll them out back and forth so I get them nice and skinny. And I'm just going to take these and I'm going to just kind of press them onto my tiger into some different spots. Right now it looks like he's got a little bit of a unibrow going on. But I'm just going to kind of press these on here so I can make some different little stripes. So I'm just going to kind of roll a lot of these out and then start adding them right around my tiger. So once I have the stripes on there, then my little tiger pinch pot is definitely starting to take shape here. But one of the last things I want to do is I want to give him just a couple little kind of whisker spots on his face. So I'm going to take off a little bit of black Play-Doh and I'm just going to roll about 6 little pieces of clay into a little ball. So we're just going to do, that way we have 3 for each side. Just want to keep these nice and small. Now I'm going to take these and I'm just going to stick these right onto 3 on each side of my tiger's face, just for like some little whisker spots. So I'm just going to put these on each side of the face. And you can always make these smaller too. And I think I'll move these over here. And there, once you're done, you have a little tiny jar. This is kind of like a little canopic jar that like the ancient Egyptians would make, but just in kind of like a fun, different style. But there you go. Thanks for watching, and I would love to see what kind of different little things you guys can make out of Play-Doh, what type of little animal jars you can create. But there you go. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.